Welcome back to episode 3 of Kicking in the Wind. Episode where 5 pals just get together, chat a bit of shit, and agree on note. Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's right, mate. That's definitely right.
I'd say so.
Birthday boy, Foz.
Oi!
Cheers, lads.
But yeah, slight change of plan this week, lads. We were going to do 5 best and worst Premier League signings, but I think after we had a discussion, decided that we're going to be a bit too long. So we're just going to do 3 worst Premier League signings and see what we're like for time after that. I'll not give much away, but I think we just go from there. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
Like?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go, mate.
Sound. Well, let's get straight into it. Ali, start us off, lad. Number 3.
Number 3. Right then. I weren't expecting to go first, but let's do it.
Yeah, man.
This. Sorry. I thought someone said something right.
He's on it.
He's on.
Reminds me of Ricky Gervais off Office, that,
This is going to come as a surprise to some people, but for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. One of the biggest frauds the Premier League has ever seen for me. This guy plays for Man United now. Let's put it this way, right? He's on more than Bruno Fernandes. He broke the transfer record for the most expensive defender in history. £80 million, Harry Maguire, the biggest fraud in football. And for anyone who tries to laugh or tell me I'm wrong, I think you've all seen it, but I'll put a little clip in comments or for anyone who wants to see and argue with me. But this bloke can't defend. And for anyone who tells me is this for England, is that for England, he's got team at year, I don't care. It's absolutely regardless and irrelevant, because let's look at who England come up as opposition. Nobody's. I could defend against them. You could put Phil Jones against them and he'd probably score an header. But yeah, you see him against these top class clubs again in England and these half decent players, and he's getting spun week in, week out. Look how many red cards he's got. He's the biggest fraud that I have ever seen in English football.
How many red cards has he got?
I couldn't tell you, but I see it.
All right.
Do you know?
No, but you.
All right, so you know.
It's you're playing on your stats, mate. You said, look how many red cards has he got.
I had checked, but there's a lot.
Oh.
There's a lot of red cards. I think there were 1 or 2 weeks ago, weren't there?
You tell me.
Yeah, he's the biggest fraud for me in the history of football. £80 million. The bloke's on more than Bruno Fernandes. He's on 190 grand a week. I've got that written down here. 190 grand a week. And if anyone doesn't agree with me, watch this video that I'm going to put in comments when this gets posted live, and then we'll talk. But for me, Maguire, 80 million pounds.
All right, then.
Right.
What you got to say, Bo?
I'm sorry I went in, but I'm passionate about this.
I reckon Bulls.
I get what he's saying. I'll say 80 million's a bit much, but to put him as your number 3 of all-time worst signings in the Premier League, I think that's
It's
just
just
a bit on
the figure. He's been made captain of Man United. He's been there over 2 years now, and week in, week out, you watch him. They still can't defend. I think you said it yesterday, Bull. Man United's problem is the defence. So he's been there 2 years. He's been made captain. He's on 190 grand a week. The man's a fraud, and he's stealing. He's stealing. He's a
Where would you put him,
fraud in football?
Where would you put him? If you give
3 is my number 3.
No. I mean, like, pick a Premier League side that you'd say Harry Maguire.
Leicester were laughing when they got 80 million for him. He'd be half decent at a Villa, and I think he'd struggle to get it Villa side. I think Mings is better. I think Conor Cody pisses all over him.
Mings is shite.
Mings.
You don't see Mings against Sally yesterday. Did you watch the Liverpool game? Did you watch the Liverpool game yesterday against Villa? You don't see what Mings did with Sally?
I'm mates with a lot of Villa fans, and they just rip into Mings every week, just saying how much a reliability he is. Like the Tech Maguire of a Mings.
Mings maybe, but Conor Cody.
Yeah, Conor Cody's good.
I just don't know why he's United captain. He's not Man United, is he?
Right.
80 million. That's
like,
for me. 80 million.
It is I weren't expecting Harry Maguire's name in there.
I wasn't
but
expecting
you
any
have-
like
Sorry if
decent
I've
ones.
offended
Oh.
anyone, but for me,
You have give your reasons.
he's the
But,
biggest fraud in football.
Fair play.
I won't go that far, but I understand what you're saying.
You're up, Bull.
Yeah, I ain't gone that well. My third is still playing now, but signing were a bit of a while ago. You might think there, but I just think with the amount that they paid for this player and for what he's done since he's been there, I just think it's an absolute joke of what they've done, and they regret it. It's a Newcastle United signing, and they signed him on Hoffenheim for £40 million, and that's Joe Linton.
Joe Linton, yeah.
Absolutely shocking.
It is.
Terrible.
I was just looking at like just the amount that they've spent on him. I've got some stats. So in Premier League stats, he's made 84 appearances and he's scored 7 goals.
Yeah,
7
that's
goals. And they paid
terrible.
£40 million for him. His goal to game ratio, I've got that as well. It's 0.08 a game.
Yeah.
So they paid £40 million. You know what I mean? And I've got another funny stat as well, made me laugh. He's had 12 yellow cards. So he's basically had more yellow cards than he has goals.
There's no excuse for him, is there? Like,
No.
I don't understand. Like, if you're like less than 10 million or something, you just think, yeah, another average signing. But 40 million, like, they've got him in there to get 15 plus goals a season. You don't pay any less than that for a striker. Where you don't expect him to get. Even for Newcastle, you're thinking double figures a season minimum, and he scored 7 in 4 years.
Before that, he never scored goals.
Well, I've got all his career from it to read him out. So he's played for a team called Sport Recife. He had 12 appearances and scored 3 goals. Then he were at Hoffenheim. He had 29 appearances and scored 7 goals. And then he went on loan to Rapid Vienna. He got 60 appearances and 15 goals. So he wasn't even good before then. So I don't understand what they've seen in him. He's not like had like a good even like one season. I think but £40 million. I just think it's absolutely shocking.
Good shout.
Good one, Bull.
Good one, Bull.
Gav?
Yeah. I've gone for a lot of mine are like ones who I've properly witnessed and watched week in, week out. So, well, all 3 of them. I've gone with Nicolas Pepe at Arsenal.
Good shout.
Oh, yeah. Good shout.
Reason being, like Ali mentioned, 80 million. Pepe, I think, it got it down. It was 72 million quid.
Yeah.
He had one decent season at that Lille, I think, if that's where I got him from.
Yeah, he had a really good season. But
And
that's
I
about
think,
it.
like, the recruitment there, I've just thought, fuck it, he's good. We'll have him, like,
Yeah.
bought him sort of thinking he's good, so he'll fit into the system. Like, they didn't really have an idea of why they wanted to buy him or out. And his stats since he's been there, like, I think in Prem he's scored something like 10 goals, but his overall stats, 99 games, 25 goals, and 15 assists. It's like,
Yeah, it's
for 72 million quid, like,
Yeah.
and I watch him as well, and I was like, when I watch him, he's just shite. Like, he just does nothing. Like, if some players can have a low sort of like goals to game ratio and assists, and they still bring something else, they'll take a man on and create some sort of opportunity or something, or do a key pass. Like, I just think he's proper shite. Like,
for 70 plus million, you expect just a couple of good chances in a game, just a couple of decent through balls. Like, you just don't know and hope to be fair. We're playing League Cup games and Europa League games. We haven't been playing in a big Premier League game. Says it all.
Can't go past him, man. Fucking no confidence.
Liverpool were linked with him before.
I remember.
And I remember watching YouTube clips of him and thinking, sign him up.
Yeah.
Like, I want him. He looked class.
It's like
when I saw him going to Arsenal, it was just like good signing that. Like, because at times that's what Arsenal need, because they needed like a good winger. And I was thinking, right, signing that.
It's like that's what
I thought.
It's like that's what Arsenal have done. They've looked at a few clips and all that and just thought, fuck it, we'll have him. And spent the
got an upgrade.
Potential for me somewhere. Like, I think maybe he'll come good at another club, but Premier League is just a different league altogether.
He can't do
that's
it.
More like a flop that in it than no else. Like, that's just like a flop signing, because before he's done well.
Yeah.
For Arsenal,
they've been playing too much FIFA, Arsenal.
Flop that in it.
For Arsenal, that's a lot of money as well, because they don't normally spend that sort of money.
Yeah.
And they were in middle at stadium. They just built new stadium, and then they're like forked out that much money as well. It must have proper fucked them that.
Record signing. They haven't paid more than a player for him.
No.
Good shout that, Dav. I never crossed my mind, but
it's like they got an upgrade on FIFA for him, and then Arsenal's thought, fuck this. I used to think he was mint because on FIFA he was sick when he got that upgrade at Lille. Yeah. My third, should I say? Bit worse for wear this morning, lad. Sorry.
You got like
I've
a
gone
third and a fourth again, like.
Yeah.
No, I am today. No, I am. I've gone for former Man City defender Mangala.
Oh,
I thought
that's
about
a good one. That.
How much did they
Yeah.
pay for him?
At the time, is the 2014-15 Prem season. He was the most expensive defender in the world at 42 million.
Like,
he were awful.
And his first game kept a clean sheet, and they were like, "Yeah, this is a sick signing." Second game, get away a pen and scored an own goal in his second game. So he played 50 odd appearances in Prem. He only got 20 clean sheets for City, right? And that's over 2 seasons as well. That shows how shit he is. Yeah. And then he went on to Valencia on loan. Couldn't get a permanent move there because he was crap there. And then he went to Everton. Couldn't get a permanent loan there. And then City just sent him away, sold him for like half at money.
He went to Everton?
Yeah, he were at Everton on loan.
Did he play much for Everton? I can't remember him being there. Yeah,
he went on 2017-2018 season, then went back to City.
Yeah, didn't know.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he went to Everton.
I think I can remember being at the time like that was like a big thing. Like Man City needed like a good centre half. I think it was like partnered up with like Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously they've had a good attack for years, so it was just about building a good defence, and that were a shocking signing. That
shocking, absolutely terrible. 40. Right.
Yeah, I'll jump in. My number 3 is Jack Rodwell, Man City to Sunderland, 10 million.
Yeah.
And
that.
obviously, wages we all know about.
I know. That's I was about to say that's what's the bad sign about it. The wages, not the fee, isn't it?
It is, but before we go into that, I'm just gonna, and I mean I'll do it proper quick, but I'm gonna bring you up to speed to the point where that transfer happens, because there's quite a lot of it don't make sense. So Jack Rodwell is at Everton, makes his debut at 16-year-old, and everyone's comparing him to Wayne Rooney. A couple of years pass, and in 11-12, when he's trying to be a regular starter, he's got 6 different tears in his hamstring, and he made 17 appearances overall for Everton that season. So at the end of that season, Arteta leaves. He's still only 20-year-old. He gets number 8 shirt, and it's like make or break. And just days before season starts, City come in and buy him. I think it was 12 million they buy him. So he's struggling to start for Everton, but then he goes to City at this age, and it ruins his career. 25 appearances in 2 seasons, and then he's sort of struggling from there. So that's where we come to his Sunderland signing, which makes sense then, doesn't it? Because it's career-wise, it's a good move for Jack Rodwell at that time to go to Sunderland. So we all think sound. So,
good fair transfer fee as well.
Yeah, in fact, if you're Sunderland, you think you're getting a good deal there, don't you? A good young player and that.
Premier League at time, obviously.
So he was getting paid 70 grand a week on a 5-year deal. He was on it player in the squad to not have a 40% salary cut in his wage, which is not his fault. Yeah. But the good arm. So 70 grand. He's in Championship on 70 grand a week, earning 3.6 million a year. Lee Cattermole, next highest earner, is earning 30 grand a week and 1.5 million a season. So half your wage. So you boys, imagine going to work, looking at someone outside here who's not even doing as much as you or as many hours as you, and he's on double your wage. You and that sums up Sunderland. So from there, Lee goes, and his contract's terminated at the end of the season. But you don't really need to be an expert to know what's going on at fucking Sunderland. If you've got Jack Rodwell rotting, he made 2 league appearances in Championship on 70 grand a week. He earned £12.7 million during his time at Sunderland. If you take his transfer fee and salary into account, he earned 300 grand per appearance for Sunderland.
You watched that documentary about him? Well, not about him, but the Sunderland one on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They did like an episode about him. Because I think we've seen last year his contract, obviously getting paid 70 grand a week, like you said, just to rot on bench, without even getting a kick. they were begging him to cancel his contract, and they were just saying, no, we're not. Fans were hating him. But like you said, it's not his fault. Like,
No.
it's one of them. It's like, if you want to play, you can go, but he was getting 70 grand a week to do literally nothing. And like some people can say like fair play, but I don't know. It's Sunderland have had a shocker there, haven't they?
I think I'd do the same.
Not clause him. I know.
Do you know what I mean? He's probably thinking like,
it's hard to say he's wrong, but he was getting 70 grand a week to do absolutely nothing in League One, and then he eventually went on, didn't he? But all fans absolutely hated him. In fact, I remember watching that documentary, and he was getting some hammer by everyone. They were begging him to terminate. He was just like, no chance.
But none of it made sense. Like, up to him going to Sunderland, none of it made sense, really. We're an injury-prone player. You know, he couldn't string a full season together. And then when he did come back from an injury at Everton, I remember him not being that good, not being able to get inside and that.
Yeah.
And then you go to City. But that, how many times have you seen that happen? A player go to Chelsea or City and just rot with so much potential. It happens a lot.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll move it on. Number 2 then, because our last, weren't I? Ali.
So you were just mentioning how many times have we see players go to Chelsea and rot? Well, here's one for you lads. Andrei Shevchenko, number 2.
Yeah.
Thought about him.
Couldn't not put him in.
Can I just say before he goes on, I've got him at number 2 as well, so we can both fucking talk about this if you want.
Right,
I've got him at my number 2.
Can I tell you why I didn't put him in? I didn't put him. Yeah, I can. The only reason I didn't put him in is because I knew that all you're having him, so I wanted just to go somewhere different. Yeah. What Shevchenko? I wanted to give something different, you know. Shevchenko's probably worst, if not the worst. But yeah,
for me, I've got number. You'll know number 1 is. So, let me just read some shit out about Shevchenko, lads, because it's absolutely abysmal. Shevchenko, so 35 million, and
back then.
Yeah, the year of 2006.
Yeah,
so that's a lot of money in this day and age.
Yeah, massive
player. So
like you're looking about 100 mil now in comparison.
It was record at time, just so I point it went record at time at Premier League. Obviously that's been smashed now, but at time now at record.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say that, but yeah, it went record.
Sorry,
for AC Milan, right? So they obviously got him from AC Milan. He played 208 games and 127 goals for Milan. So
they were unreal.
It's not like he's come in with a bit of potential. His class, I'd say, best striker in the world at time.
He's up there.
Abramovich wanted him for ages, so he got his man, and he just absolutely bottled it. So in 48 games for Chelsea, 9 goals, the best striker in the world here. Season 1, 30 appearances, 4 goals, the best striker in the world.
Bottle job.
Agreed. 17 appearances, 5 goals, and then third season comes along. They played in 1 game. He didn't score. We got rid of him. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, lads. Shevchenko, it's just.
Go on, and obviously you said like you were the best strikers at world time. You won 2004 Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Year before that in 2003, he won Champions League. So like he's flying at times. Like you say, you won the best strikers at world. He was best player at world in 2004. Best player. 2 seasons later, he's gone for 30 million. Since then, there's absolutely nothing. His career's gone downhill. They loaned him back to AC Milan, and then he ended up going to Dynamo Kiev for free. And obviously, they've really got the back for him, so they took a massive loss.
That's rough.
Did you know?
They just saw his contract out and just got rid of him for no. But yeah, I know that I've got down as well, like, not to try and back him up a little bit, but like, start of his career, his debut got cut short by injury. So he didn't get into the team straight away, so it took him a while to get into the team, but you know when
players get injured, mate. Look at Van Dijk. Yeah. I know I'm saying it because I've got this shirt on, but look at Van Dijk. Comes straight back in.
I just think of his debut, like he'd even make an appearance for Chelsea, like it was a few months out, and then he got straight in, and they just.
What Chelsea this was? They actually got him to replace like a struggling for form Drogba. This is what I've read. They got him to replace Drogba, and then it turns out that he was that shit that they got Drogba back in. Drogba picked form back in, and Drogba was still main man after Shevchenko come.
Yeah, I think Shevchenko going to Chelsea helped Drogba, probably give him a bit of a kick on, and then rest is history.
Maybe that what massive.
Maybe it were just make Shevchenko look shit and Drogba look good.
Why else do you think he gets into all-time top 10? Anyway, we'll move on.
Oh my God. Everyone's agreed that yours was the worst.
T, come on.
Who's what worse?
Just have just a quick 10-second chat
Mine
about
think
last
mine
week.
went
What worst 10?
Mine were best well put together.
I'll tell you what we'll
Yeah.
do. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll run a poll
Yeah.
on socials. Everyone can vote on it. All 5 of us fucking top 10s over there and see who's is worse. Then we can't argue it.
We can't argue.
Well,
You've already going to have 4 votes against Yuki, so.
Yeah,
let's have it.
probably only get 4 votes.
Blower. Dad, put a vote in.
She'll probably
We check
vote
next
against
week.
you.
He just got 4 votes. That's serious, like. Oh.
Mum, Dad, Nan. Dav, what's your number 2?
I've gone for Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Oh, good one. How many bad players have Chelsea signed?
I know.
Fuck me.
70, I know it's mine, mate. 72 million quid. Is it still world record, or did Alisson beat that for a keeper?
Mendy won it.
Well, yeah, but at the time it was world record, I think, for to sign a keeper.
Yeah.
Just going to show you a few of his worst things. So, out of 98 keepers who qualified for this competition to see what worst or best keeper, he was worst at shot stopping. Although only one worse than him. He won number 97 out at 98. He managed to keep out 55 out of 99 shots against him.
Who below him, do you know?
Number 1 was Tottenham, Hugo Lloris, 80%. So a 72 million quid keeper only had 54% shot saved. So like Wojciech Szczesny, 79%. That's where you'd expect him to be. All up in high 70s and that. Like Cassius Schmeichel, 74%. So they've signed a keeper. Like I don't even think he was that. Where did they get him from? Athletic Bilbao or something? Something in Spain, wasn't it? Like I don't even think he was that. Just a shocking decision. Just like, why spend that much money? Like, I just don't get it.
What about when he won't come off pitch that time?
Yeah, exactly. He's obviously a novice.
No.
He's a novice.
That cup final were embarrassing.
Yeah.
He's a prick.
So he's obviously a prick.
Manager.
No.
What happened? Did he end up being hero in end, or am I wrong?
Nah, they lost.
Yeah.
Lost.
Bastard. Right.
Anyway, that were it. He was shit at shot stopping. Weren't particularly good with his feet. Had a fucking blunder in him. I remember one against Liverpool.
And then they had to shell out on Mendy on top, so you might as well add that.
Yeah, exactly.
72 million.
He's still
72 mil for a sub-keeper.
Yeah, well, that's my second anyway, but I don't think it takes that much to explain, to be honest. It's been awful.
Yeah,
No,
for a keeper, it just speaks for itself, doesn't it? For a goalkeeper, it's different.
Yeah. I think both of mine.
He's young.
Well, yeah.
That's the only thing he's got on his side, isn't it? His youth, he's still shit.
He's a midget
He's got plenty of time in his career to be shit.
Yeah.
Only more shit years left.
Yeah, I like that.
Mate. We'll move it on more to Foz.
Right, my second one, and there's a reason behind it. Like, he didn't go for too much money. Well, it is a bit. Is Roberto Soldado for Tottenham?
Oh yeah.
Striker, and the reason being is they signed this magnificent 7 after they sold Bale to Real Madrid for like 100 and odd million, and Tottenham were thinking that they're going to get all these players in, like replace Bale, like, and they were just 10 times worse off without Bale. Like, you would have they should have just kept Bale and fucked these 7 off. But I know they got Eriksen in that, and Eriksen did pretty good. But Soldado came. He had a decent season at Valencia before. Like, I've got stats up here. He's played 141 games, scored 82 goals for Valencia, 15 assists. So he's contributed quite a lot. Then he came into fucking Spurs. It's 26 million in 2013 and only got 7 goals in 60 appearances.
Shocking.
It's absolutely shocking, isn't it?
I think a lot of them goals are penalties and all. I think.
Yeah. Europa League.
Yeah.
Like, in all competitions, he got 16 goals. But yeah, for me, it was just that whole bit at Tottenham trying to replace Bale. Like, and he was main one for me. He was shittest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of bad
It's right.
decisions. A lot of bad decisions are made when people have got a lot of money in bank. You know, when it's like burning
Yeah.
your pocket. I know Liverpool did.
I know,
Yeah.
100%.
Someone will
Yeah.
mention it, no doubt.
Yeah.
By all means.
So that's
By
that's
all
my
means.
number 2.
Bale wanted to go though. Just to say that though, like they said, like
I
they should have
know.
kept Bale, but he wanted to go. So
Yeah, I know. But I think
Tottenham could have been they could have been challenging if Bale was staying
100%.
2 more seasons. Oh my god!
But
if he wanted to
for
go, he
me,
wanted to go.
for the amount of money that they got, they should have just signed 2 or 3 world-class signings, not gone for 7 mediocre, not proven a striker like him.
It didn't have
No,
to
they got-
happen right there and then, did it?
No.
It's a project in it that they get the right player in because they've not got
Yeah.
that money to spend now, have they?
Basically, just ended up in the
just-
same position.
I should have looked at their full 7, but I think they were Christian Eriksen, Soldado, Lamella. And for me, Lamella's like a steady player, but he doesn't do out, does he? Like he gets
was
it,
there for the
he
longest
comes on.
time, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a French James Miller.
Yeah.
I'll chuck my number 2 in.
Go on then.
So it's a guy called Winston Beauregard, right? And everything about this what I'm going to read to you now, this transfer sounds sick. So listen to this. He went from Barcelona.
I've never heard of it.
What's it called?
I am. Go on.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to hear this.
What's his
Googs
name?
it.
It's a good story. So he went from Barcelona to Chelsea for free in 2001-2002 season. And these are his honours, right? This is what Chelsea thought they were getting for free. He started at Ajax and he got Eredivisie in 94-95, won it again season after. He won Champions League in 94-95, UEFA Super Cup in 1995. So in 94-95, 95-96, he's done a double-double. He moved to Barcelona, won La Liga back-to-back, 98-99, won Copa del Rey, which were a double, and a UEFA Super Cup again in 1997, right? He's played 20 times for Holland, and he's gone to Chelsea for no.
Who's this
So he
kid?
gets to Chelsea.
Bogart.
Hey,
What's he called again?
he's called Winston Beauregard.
Go on.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. So he's at Chelsea, lads, right? I can't believe you know is it. Anyway, he's at Chelsea. And the manager at Chelsea is Gianluca Vialli. And he didn't know that this signing had happened. Its director of football had done it for him. But he soon left and Ranieri came in. And after a couple of weeks, Ranieri said, no, I don't want him either. So he's ended up just making 12 appearances and he started 4 games for Chelsea. But he had a 4-year deal worth £10 million. So we were on 50 grand a week. Pre-Roman Abramovich, you were getting 50 grand a week at Chelsea to do
What,
no.
in 2001?
That's a big whack, that.
He started 4 games for Chelsea. So after 2 years, his value had declined and they were trying to force him out, but he knew that his value had declined and it'd be impossible to find that sort of money anywhere else. So to keep, honour his contract, he kept coming back into training every day, but he was commuting by private helicopter from Amsterdam to Heathrow every day just to sign in for training with reserves and then fuck off back to Amsterdam straight after. And he did that for 2 years. And he ended up picking his £10 million up. And none of you have heard of it. And that's what makes the story even madder. You've never heard of him, but he was a Premier League player who worked £10 million in process. And you've never heard of him. Just Amsterdam and London back and forward every day for no.
Were he paying
money up?
Were he paying
After
for it?
that, he retired.
Were he paying for helicopter out of his own ride or whatever he was going by?
You'd
He
assume
will
so.
have done, yeah. Because he could.
Fucking
You know
idiot.
what I mean? Oh, he was just honouring his contract. He knew as long as he was going to train every day, that Chelsea couldn't do out about it. He knew he couldn't get that sort of money anywhere else. So he just rid out his contract and retired. But what I was going to say as well is, he's won a Champions League at Barca, Eredivisie twice with Ajax. None of you have ever heard of him. So if he'd have not gone to Chelsea, could he have been a player that you put in your top 10 European? Do you know what I mean? You don't know.
Did he say he retired after that then? Did he just stop?
Yeah, just stop.
Ran away into the sunset with his money?
Gone, done. Oh, I'll tell you where he is now. He's assistant manager at Ajax.
Assistant to Ajax?
Yeah, he's assistant manager at Ajax now, yeah.
Obviously value him quite highly up there then, don't they?
Go on, Bogard.
Sounds like a
Fair
boy.
play.
I've educated you boys. We'll move on. Are you?
You learn something new every day, mate. Cheers for that.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate.
I think we're at number 1. We're moving fast, aren't we? Why are you
Yeah.
going fast?
Why are you coming fast?
Fast.
Right, Ali, what Man U player you got in for number 1 then?
This is going to be a big one from Ali.
What did you say, Bull?
What Man U player you got for number 1?
What makes you say that?
Just having a joke, mate.
Right, so a Chelsea player again. Sorry, Bull, to let you know. So 2011. This is over 10 years ago now. £52 million. So that kind of money weren't earned back then, what it really?
Torres.
Sorry.
Torres.
There you go. Fernando Torres. So why it had to be my number 1? Maybe it's a little bit personal.
It's mine as well, so
maybe I took it a little bit personal, but since that day, you all know what I went through. I've never felt pain like it since. Like, it absolutely broke me in two. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't think there was any point in watching football again. Honestly, I mean this. I didn't want to watch football again.
I know how you feel.
Him and what everyone around me, taking piss out of me. So then, what made it even worse is that he liked Chelsea back in the day, and I had a few other people who liked Chelsea at school, rubbing it in, making me feel worse. And I tried to play it cool, like, oh, I'm not bothered. He'll do shit for you. He'll not do out for you.
I'm not bothered.
Little did I know it'll come through. So I'll read a few stats out. So Liverpool, in 102 league games, he scored 65 goals. Like, he's a legend at club. He didn't win. I don't think he won a trophy at us, but he is a legend at Liverpool. I hate to say it, but he's a legend. So yeah. I haven't felt that low since Gerrard slipped. I don't think. Since Gerrard slipped and Torres leaving us, I haven't felt that low.
I don't think I felt that.
I was sat next to you that game, and
I was as well.
I absolutely loved it.
To be honest, yeah, I don't think I've felt that happy since. Like, you've never felt that low, and I've never felt that happy. Like,
well, little did I know that miserable feeling I had was just going to completely flip on its head, and me end up having last laugh. So let me read his Chelsea stats, lads.
Not really for Torres though. Torres has gone on to win the Champions League, mate. You know what I mean? Like, for Torres, he did great thing.
Mate, it would have worked for that. That was the only thing he did good for Chelsea. Now, let me just read his stats out. Let me speak now. 110 appearances for Chelsea, so he played more times for Chelsea than he did us. Is he classed as a legend at Chelsea? Nah. An absolute flop. 20 goals in 100
Jurgen Klopp.
Premier League appearances. Season 1, he left in January. I remember it clear as day. He left in January because you all know we went and signed. I think maybe
transfer request
very shortly. 14 appearances, season 1, 1 goal. Let me say that again.
Yeah.
1 goal. Second season, 32 appearances, 6 goals. Season after that, 36 appearances. It gets a bit better. 8 goals. Season after that, 28 appearances, 5 goals. They let him go on a free transfer, boys.
Yeah.
Chelsea let him go on a free. They paid 50 million, and all they did good was round Valdez, put it back at net, empty net. Got Neville squealing a bit on Mike. And since then, what's he done? Like, he rounded Valdez in a counter-attack, got Neville squeaking, croaking up Mike, and then after that, I think I saw him round Van der Sar. Yeah, round Van der Sar.
And misses.
Missed an open net, lads.
Yeah, I know.
That's the biggest flop for me because he was so good and so highly rated. Went to one of the best clubs in the world and just bottled it.
I know.
I can hear a lot of pain in your voice. It's coming across very painful.
A mental up to that, isn't it?
Yeah. And if it weren't for that Champions League goal, I think it'd probably be in my top 3. It weren't my shortlist.
What? So that's enough for you to like say he's done well.
What?
No. What he said is he looked at him.
I looked at him for my worst signings, but he didn't make it because of
yeah.
that Champions League. And that goal, I couldn't put him in.
How many Prems?
Better than the goal.
I think did he win a couple of Prems at Chelsea as well? Obviously, he didn't contribute. I'm not getting him.
Let me read this again. 20 goals he conceded.
Can I finish? I'm just about to say. I'm saying he's not contributed to that, and I'm not giving him the satisfaction. I'm just wondering what he's actually won as a player. That's all.
More than he did at Liverpool, that's for sure.
Yeah. So would you say he made the right decision for him winning them trophies, or do you think he made the wrong decision?
Probably got a bigger wage as well.
Happy not to contribute and just say, "Hey, that's what I've got behind my neck." Like, I feel like I ain't done fuck all to contribute. I'm back into all I'm just buzzing and that, and I'm getting a trophy wrapped around my neck when I've scored 20 goals in 110 appearances.
Yeah, but like looking back, you like, but like
all these
looking back.
Got Champions League trophy on his head.
Trophy, Torres, they all leave. And they'll all regret they're struggling in Europa League.
Rapid trophy, right?
Hey, I'll have my six. I had him as number one, so we're at the same time. I was going to list his stats off and that, but what did it for me as well is I can just remember his face when he was at Chelsea. It looked like he was fucking dark, like just like what stop balls.
Yeah.
No confidence.
It lost all his confidence. It had gone, yeah.
I'm going to say something else as well. I think Ali said it all, to be honest.
Fair play.
Shambles, innit? 50 million, lads. 2011, 52 million.
Height of shambles, yeah.
Bully.
Yeah.
Number one, mate.
Right. I don't know if any of y'all might have heard of this guy. But if I say we're a free transfer, you know what I mean?
Sanchez.
Take that as a no.
Wages.
His first name, same as Sunday in here, that's all I'm saying. It's called Ali Dyer.
He's my number one.
He's your number one? Oh, God, right. When we said it last week, it came to mind straight away. It just thought, this is the funniest signing, the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe it happened. Do you know about this, Ali, yeah?
I don't even know him.
Right. So basically, Dyer it's called Ali Dyer. So you'll picture set up. So it's Southampton manager at the time, Graham Souness. So he's got a random phone call off a player called Ali Dyer. So he's rang him up, explained who he is, and he's lied saying he's George Weah's cousin, former Ballon d'Or winner from back in there. He said he's George Weah's cousin. Basically, just absolutely blagged him on phone saying, "Yeah, I'm a professional player." It also said as well that he used to play for PSG, which is absolutely incorrect. So he's basically took him on a free transfer, get him like a good sign-on fee, and it'll pay him $2,000 a week. He'll basically get reserves for it for Southampton, and a few players got injured, I think. So he's chucked one to the bench, and he subbed him off in this game against Leeds. Keil know this for Matt Letizia. In 30-odd minute, came off injured. He got subbed off in 80th minute. So he lasted like 50 minutes in game, and he's never appeared at Premier League since. He had one appearance, no goals. Graham Souness just took his word for it on a phone call, lying about who his relatives were, which is absolute bullshit. He's got his chance and gone, "Yeah, I'll go for it." He's brought him off of Matt Letizia. I've written down a quote from Matt Letizia because I researched it. Matt Letizia said he was sat on bench watching. He says, "He ran around the pitch like a Bambi on ice. It was embarrassing to watch."
I've heard about it.
So he subbed him on and then subbed him off at the same game. Never seen him again. And then after, he went to Gateshead in like in conference. He played like 5 games and then done. He basically just blagged his way to getting into Premier League, and he wasn't even a footballer. He was just running around like a league player, just trying to like get involved and get a kick.
What year was it?
1996.
Jesus.
Great, like I say, Graham Souness was manager, and he just rang him up, blagged him, lied about being a
What I
professional.
will say is, what I will say, because he's my number one, you've covered it well, so well done. But how the fuck, as a 31-year-old college student, got Graham Souness's number? He's just got his Nokia 3310 straight out, like manually put it in.
Yeah.
Souness.
One of them ones, isn't it?
Tony Adams' son, Ben Metcalf.
He made one substitute appearance for Blythe Spartans before he got a 1-month contract to Southampton.
Right.
Well done. Yeah, I'm going to skip my because
did none of you ever hear that then? I just want to get that.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard the story, yeah.
Did you know about him, Dav? Or?
Now that you've explained it, I can remember. Yeah, I've heard something.
I can remember the story.
Souness, that's got to be embarrassing for him. Now he's got a job in Sky.
Old Souness.
Embarrassing that. Just somebody just saying, yeah, I'm a professional football player. You used to play for PSG. I'm George Wayne's cousin. Like, hey, we'll have you.
For anyone that is listening, it is worth reading into that. Just having a quick read on it because it is mad how somebody can blag the way to a Premier League appearance.
It's a good story. You know I mean? It's a very good story.
I googled his name just to have a look at what year he signed for and that. And there's just loads of like links you can click on, like YouTube videos and that, like people talking about it. I think Laetitia talks about it.
One thing you didn't mention. Leeds won that game 2-0.
Yeah. I think I actually written that down. Yeah, Leeds won 2-0. No surprise, they've got a Sunday League striker running about.
He was dire.
You actually Google his name though. It says he's like positioning that even though he's not even a professional football player. It's like Ali Dyer, centre forward. I'm just like, there's still like League on there. Terrible.
Speaking of Sunday League, I did my first 90 minutes in 5 years. Oh my God.
Legs.
I can't even explain how much pain I were in. Like literally, like walking, like like walking like chuffing John Wayne. Like it's bad.
Like
and it were on
Andy Robinson.
It were on 4G as well, so my feet were on fire. Horrible, but good to be back. It's very good to be back.
CDM though, Foz, yeah. I remember you said you were going CDM.
Yeah, I've been watching a few Calvin Phillips fucking highlights and popping it around, getting that little interceptions.
Well, like watching Ali Dyer on YouTube.
You need to air that, Foz. You need to go KP with air.
I know, mate. I know. I'm just growing it out a bit.
Who hasn't been?
It's my first. I've got number one. So my number one is a former beast, absolute unbelievable player, and then he moves to the scummy team of Man United, and they ruin him. It's Alexis Sanchez. The reason being, United, he's purely gone for money. They offered him 375k a year.
A week.
A week. Yeah, sorry, mate. I got a bit excited then.
I'm on more than that.
Well, keep that.
75 grand per appearance and a 1.1 million annual bonus, right?
That's nuts.
That is bonkers. And what's he gone and done? He's gone and scored 3 goals in 2 seasons.
There'll be a little rumour circulating before you carry on, Fosbit. In his first day of training, he says terminate. He said to his agent, terminate this. I don't want to sign for him. Like, forget this.
Yeah, because I think the reason United got him is because City, like, he were more or less done. Yeah. So Man United's like, we need to get him, and it's fucking paid dividends, hasn't it? Like at Arsenal, he's played 166 games for Arsenal. He's scored 80 goals, but he's got 45 assists. So that's 125. Like, he's been involved in 125 goals.
Yeah, he weren't even a striker either, were he?
Yeah, left.
No, left wing, scored free kicks, long range goals, everything.
And influence game
yeah.
so much.
When he were at Arsenal, they were comparing him and Eden Hazard for like season after season about like who were best in Prem, and look at them both now. Mental.
It is mental. And at Barca as well, it's not too shabby at Barca. Like 141 appearances, 46 goals and 37 assists. So he's still contributing a lot between his goals and assists.
Yeah, a class act Sanchez in his prime.
Unbelievable.
What happened to him though? Because he didn't even have a big injury or no. He just fucking shot.
No.
What it is, they go for money, then they just lose interest. They don't need to try anymore. They go for money, and you pay them other odds, and then that's it. They're not bothered. No matter what they do, they've got this money for 3 or 4 years' time.
Lads,
laughing, aren't they?
you know who started all that? Your boy Winston.
Man, you've had some shockers though. You think about like last few years, like Di Maria, like
Di Maria.
Pogba.
Well, I've lined up
No.
a couple of like side signs.
There's a few that we've not spoken about,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're
I've
going to
got
say,
a
Keith.
couple here. I've got a couple here, right?
Well, then reel them off.
I was thinking I could either run a couple of these off, or do you want to go over Ali and Dav's primary school fate?
Hey,
Show him up like that.
What would you rather do? What
Not
would you
fair on
rather
Dan,
do?
that.
I'm very surprised that no one's added in Andy Carroll. I'm very, very surprised.
I know. Yeah, definitely.
I told you before, to be fair, I weren't doing any Man U, Liverpool or Leeds. I thought I was just going to keep it like neutral and just do. That's what
I tried to do some like a few different ones that I didn't think
I've
people
gone
had.
straight from Arby.
I can think of some Liverpool and Man U ones off the top of my head.
I'm going to nudge a couple of Liverpool ones at you now. So what I
Come on, then.
Is I've got 3 of each, and it'll be your job to defend these signings. So whether you agree with it or not, it's your job to defend your club and tell me why these signings were worth it. So
You
we'll
just
start
got
with
Liverpool.
I'm
Right,
thinking
first
why
one.
Liverpool?
First one, Iago Aspas, Celta Vigo, no Premier League goals, and that corner that gave Chelsea title.
Again, I was sat next to Ali and he said some bad words about that player that day.
Defend him.
But look at
He said some nasty words about Aspas that day.
he's a class player. He's mint for Celta. Like
he's mint.
he's absolutely mint.
He's one of the top goal scorers, isn't he?
He just didn't get a chance.
I think he got 3 or 4 against Barca in one game when they were in the prime Barca. Pep manager.
Like, he's gone back to Spain and he's smashing it. Like he's really good. Like every time I see, took your
limit team.
Big flop that one.
I'll chuck another one at you.
Come on, man.
Ricky Lambert, 2014, £4 million plus add-ons.
Liverpool play were buzzing at the time with that.
He was doing well. He was doing well for England, wasn't he?
25 Premier League apps, 2 goals.
What did you just say?
Ricky Lambert.
No, did Bull say Liverpool fans were buzzing when they signed him?
Yeah, because when he were at Southampton, he were flying. Liverpool were like, yeah, right. Because you had no strikers. Who did you have at front? Who did you have at front?
You were.
We're only
like Andrea Foreign and players like that.
We had no one in it. We weren't buzzing. It was just a bad period for us.
You were happy with signing.
I think at time we had
Don't tell me. Ask me if I were happy. Don't tell me I was.
We had that.
I know you were because I've known you for a long time, mate, and you were happy when.
No. You don't tell me.
I remember.
Don't tell me.
I remember Lambert signed and you text me saying, "I'm so happy, mate." That's what you thought.
Ali, you got on FaceTime to me and you were like, "What ice cream do you want to me right now?" It's
did I say to you about it? Did I say it same to you and all?
No, mate.
Thank you. Now, ask me if I felt how I felt about it. I didn't rate it. I was disgusted. And it was 4 million. You never expected him to... Why are you shaking your head? Don't tell me how I felt. Ask me. Thank you. Let me talk. So, £4 million, he was never going to come and win its Premier League, were it? It was just like, fuck me, let's hope he scores a few fucking goals when needed. But, yeah, I was disgusted when we signed him. I think you're a Liverpool fan. I was kind of hoped he did all right for his sake, but it would embarrass him. I would have shared.
Turn round, show us Lambert on back of your shirt.
Man, if you just turn around like, I'm just going to get something from back lads. They said Lambert.
There were loads.
I've got one more for you. One more for Liverpool, and then I'll let Bull answer it.
I'll say it for you if you want, mate. Alberto Aquilani. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's up there though. He's definitely up there.
Markovic.
Yeah, I thought about him. Don't get me wrong. This one, 4.75 million. He would give the number 1 shirt, the one and only Loris Karius.
Oh.
Can't defend that.
He give it with your number 1.
Bring it back, man.
I haven't even written any side notes.
You're going to give these nightmares.
So just Karius, discuss.
Champions League final.
Like, this is what Klopp does. Do you want to say it down?
What?
saying why Karius, defend him a bit, because I'm going to defend him a little bit.
I don't think I can, mate.
It's not so much defending Karius, it was a price tag. So what Liverpool do, unlike Chelsea and Man U, these clubs will spend massive amounts of cash and throw shocking wages. Liverpool will buy a player and try and make him good, which majority of the time it'll pay off. But on this occasion, Shambles won it, that Champions League final, throws it straight to Benzema, lets Bale score straight through his gloves. But it was an hard watch, don't get me wrong. And I was watching the game with Key, and it gave me an hard time watching it. It weren't nice. So, but when you're next in a final, mate, and for example, when Real Madrid scored, I got Key like celebrating next to me. He's not even a Madrid fan, do you know what I mean? So I just wanted to see.
I think that first goal was worse. When Benzema he went to try and kick it long, didn't he? Benzema stuck his foot in it when it back at
threw it at him.
Yeah, threw it. Yeah.
Sorry, he threw it. Yeah, and he stuck his leg out, didn't he? That was it. I
did feel
a shot.
Shocker.
But both felt each other. To be fair, he lost York Cup, and now obviously Salah getting injured after like 5 minutes or whatever it were.
I did feel sorry for the bloke. Like,
what happened here after that? Why is it 6 stars on that?
Ooh, your chest all right there.
It's like
print. I'll chuck a couple at you, Bull. They're not as recent, to be fair. They're pretty old signings. First one.
Can I guess one that you can do for Man U?
Go on then.
Is one a goalkeeper?
Yeah. Do you want to start with that one?
Taibbi.
Yeah, I've got 3 though.
Taibbi.
There's one Varane.
No, but
you're not going Taibbi, Dad. Can you remember Taibbi's game?
Yeah, I remember Taibbi.
I know he's going to say.
I didn't put him in. I didn't think lads had. But then Winston Bogart, I might as well have just put him in, hadn't I?
Yeah, Taibbi's just fucking. That was a shocker. That.
Well, it was Roy Carroll anyway.
Yeah, it was bad, weren't it? Can you remember that goal? Can you remember that goal where he fucked up but we didn't get a goal? Like
that's
against
what I'm thinking of.
Like he went miles on the line and he dropped it, like trying scooping it out, and it was like there were no like technology back then, and the lines with the ref were just like now.
I was on his face where we were like,
it's so bad.
I said on it bullet point I put next to his name is this: rejected a contract because he couldn't be guaranteed first team football. Roy Carroll, like, expecting first team football.
What's it?
It's number 1.
Yeah.
Shocker.
You're a bad keeper.
Next one's Kleberson.
Oh.
How much was that? Like close, like 30 mil.
Remember Bebe?
All right. I'm thinking of wrong with that big trash bag. Yeah, Kleberson. Fergie's like either one way or other. He's done some absolutely amazing signings, but he's had some absolute shockers as well.
Veron is up there. Veron's up there. Like how bad he came and then went to Chelsea and still was shit.
He was one of the best centre midfielders in the world at the time.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Jesus Christ.
What Premier League?
There's a Man U player in who I was torn. I've said it already, and I think you laughed, Bull. I was torn between third for Maguire and Pogba. Me, like
stupid with Pogba. Why is Pogba one of the worst signs in Premier League history?
Just remind me how much I paid for him.
80 odd mil.
What year? A long time ago. And what's he done? Like what?
Long time ago. What, we're talking like 1994 or something?
Well, I'll try and find you now.
Like 4 seasons ago.
That's a long time ago, and like they're not no closer to winning a league for me. Or he gets slated nearly every week. He don't really turn up in big games, does he? He's a flop for me. Would you not agree?
No, he's one of the best centre midfielders in the world.
Sorry?
He's one of the best centre midfielders in the world.
Paul Pogba?
Yeah.
Oh, me. How?
I understand why you think it's like such a bad signing. Like yeah, sometimes it's a bad game for like Man U and that, but
I don't watch
Man U.
Isn't
that bad really? Like,
well, every time you see a Man U team play him, and after you hear like your Nevilles, your Keanes, like have you heard what to say about him? Like when
you see him in the 2018 World Cup, And you're saying
France. I'm on about France. I'm on about Man U.
I'm just talking about him as a player, mate. I'm just talking about him as a player, not like.
I think he's a flop, and he's being back and forth with his agent. I want to stay. I want to go. I want to stay. I want to go. It's just a nuisance. It's a destruction for me in dressing room, and he ain't done fuck all for Man U. Other than
does he get in Liverpool's side?
Not a chance. Not. Are you asking Bull or me?
Both of you, really.
Just throw it out there to everyone. Because he's obviously going to say no. I'm obviously going to say yeah.
Well,
you're telling me that players like Oxlade-Chamberlain and Cater and Henderson.
No, in the 11 I'm talking about. I'd have him as a squad player, probably.
Thiago, better than Thiago.
Fuck off.
Are you joking, mate?
Not at all, mate. Not at all. What has Pogba done other than win a World Cup? Seriously, what has he done?
Oh, shit. It's the best trophy that you can win.
Other than that, what has he done?
It's what best trophy you could possibly win in your footballing career.
Other than that, can you tell me what else he's done?
Are you honest to say that the arrival of Thiago in the team?
Or not?
What do you want about?
Can you tell me what he's done other than win a World Cup about how long ago? 3 or 4 years ago? Other than that, what has he done? Nothing, has he?
Who would you have, Thiago or Pogba?
Can't believe it's such a long pause.
Just like
Pogba don't get Liverpool side. That's
in our midfield.
That is absolutely
right now. You'd swap Pogba.
Let Dad answer.
You don't want to do Pogba.
I think I would put Pogba in over Thiago.
Yeah, that's one. Hey, what are you saying?
Pogba.
Oz, what are you saying?
I'd try and fit him in together, to be honest. Can I have that or not?
Oh yeah, take one other ones out. Take Cater out or Henderson or something.
Not for me, lads. We're all about running non-stop, crazy, no matter if it's first minute or 90th minute. Pogba will be like fucking looking around.
Pogba's not that kind of player, mate.
He's going to bring it. He's a bit of class, though, mate. Like, and
he's like a flair player. Like you don't just get 11 players on your pitch. You're just going to run all day. If you have like 11 like James Milner's on your pitch, you're not going to win.
Dancing salsa and that when he scored and shit. But I don't win you the fucking game.
When he what? Scores?
I don't agree. I don't agree with like all that dressing room stuff that it comes. I don't agree.
Yeah,
I agree with Ali. I agree with you, like with his attitude and like all dancing and stuff. I don't like that. That doesn't sit well with me. But I do think, he's a class player.
But does he get like, full side for you, Foz?
I'd play Thiago, Henderson, and Pogba. Yeah.
So just to confirm, 4-1 that Pogba gets at Liverpool side. Just saying that.
Actually, I forgot about Fabinho.
Agree with me, but I'm just saying how I feel. And when I asked you what has he done since he won a World Cup for France, you were going a bit twitchy and a bit. Like you couldn't know.
Yeah, but you're like blaming like Man U's like shit run at minute for Pogba basically.
No, I'm not.
It's just because Man U aren't one out as a team.
I'm basically saying that's Pogba, but I'm saying Pogba could have easily been in, and for me, he's flopped at United.
It started well this season. Like he got off mark with like 5 or 6 assists. Like
game.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but
that's a good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So like when like Salah gets like 3 goals in a game, does it just count as like 1 or something? Or
he does it consistently, mate. But Pogba don't.
What we're doing next week? Who's taking over?
I'll take it next week, boys.
Ash's jumper's taking over.
I thought I'd wear it, but it's probably the wrong time after we've got 1-0 down in first test.
Yeah. What are we doing down and
Being in Australia and that, I thought represent, but it's not working out, lads. So next week, I'm not going to take credit for this. My mate actually messaged me and said this would be a good idea for pod, and I think it's a fucking good idea. We're doing as current 11 Premier League, best 1 to 11. You can only pick 1 player per team.
Oh yeah.
So
this season, then, who's playing in this season?
It doesn't matter how they're performing, whatever. Who you just think is your best 11 right now, but you can only pick 1 player per team. So, for example, if you wanted to get Salah and Trent in, you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think it's a.
Can I have just Phillips on his own? Just send Phillips out on his own.
That's what I'm thinking about doing that as well, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Just K Phillips.
Homework,
Yeah, so that's
fair way, innit?
that's next week, boys.
nice one, lads.
I'll just just run through where we are in predictions, and then we'll wrap it. We're not doing scores.
Yeah,
now.
believe that.
Quickly, go on then.
So it's similar to last week. To be fair, not much has changed. I'm first on 18 points. Foz is second on 17 points. Joint third, Davin Key, 14 points, and then Ali's bottom on 12.
Ooh. I'm
So-
not far away then.
Ali's got a Man U shirt on at minute. As it stands.
Ricky,
Long way to go, lads. Keep on
Long
laughing
way.
at me. Come
In
on.
fact, I might just get you a normal Liverpool one and put Lambert on back. I'm
that's
thinking
what I
about
was saying. Man U shirt.
Buzzing with that.
Man U shirt, Lambert on back.
No, I know who's going up
Two
back if
then.
it's Man U. I know who's going up back if it's Man U. Leave it at that.
Right then, boys. That's a good one, that.
Call it that one.
Yeah.
Guys.
Guys, see you next week, boys.
See you later, boys.
See you later.
Cheers, lads.